Now on CoastTV News.
Offshore wind clash. What's being discussed by Maryland Republicans after the state's attorney general jumped into the offshore wind controversy.
New road risk, why some people in Lewes are expressing concern over the city's bike and walking path.
It's a chilly, dry start to our Tuesday. Tracking showers developing later this afternoon and a surge of warmer air ahead of a strong cold front that will bring a taste of winter in time for Thanksgiving.
Townhomes halted.
I think there is a good project in there somewhere. We're just not there yet.
Why Milford City Council did not approve a plan that supporters say would have brought housing options to first-time buyers.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly, and thank you for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
I think this is an exciting time, Grace.
Yes.
Final day of school for the Thanksgiving break for many of our districts out there. So for the parents and students, this is a big day.
Do your kids, do they used to get excited for this? So I feel like that was like what you're looking forward to. You make that stretch, you pass Halloween, and you're just looking for
I know
that
I
Thanksgiving
was,
break.
my kids have got a different temperament. It's hard to get information out of them.
Oh,
Really,
I see.
like
Maybe
low
they
key.
keep it nonchalant close to their chest.
They do, yeah.
Chris Mastrobono actually told us that this was one of his favorite times of year growing up when he was in school. Chris?
That's right, Grace. Oh, I used to love this day when you could see that time off in the distance, the holidays, and it's just a great time of year. And the weather, well, we're going to be all over the place as far as the temperatures are concerned over the next 3 days as we take a live look in through Ocean City. 53 degrees. We have winds out of the south. So temperatures right now are generally in the upper 40s. Upper 30s to lower 40s. So chilly start, 38 Dagsboro. We're at 49 in Rehoboth. We're seeing more of a southerly wind flow, so that's going to allow milder air to push in throughout the day today. We are tracking showers still well off to our west across portions of Ohio, Indiana, and then some severe weather further to the south. We're going to see the showers not until later on today. So most of our morning is dry, mostly cloudy skies. We're up to 49 by around 9. We'll top out in the lower to mid 60s this afternoon with those southerly winds. It's not going to be until around dinner time where we see the showers move in. And they will continue in through Wednesday morning. It's going to be quite mild over the next 24 to 36 hours. We're going to surge near 70 on Wednesday ahead of a strong cold front that's going to bring in that colder air mass just in time for Thanksgiving and all your shopping through the end of the week. We'll talk about how much rain we could expect to see heading into tomorrow morning, coming up my full 7-day forecast. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. Our top story this hour, some Maryland Republicans are demanding answers from the state's attorney general over why his office jumped into the legal fight over the proposed U.S. wind project off of Ocean City. GOP lawmakers, including Senator Mary Beth Carrozza, sent a letter questioning why public money is being used to defend what they call a foreign-owned wind developer. Anthony Brown responded, saying the project will bring in billions in economic benefits and thousands of projected jobs. He also says the state paid no filing fees. And for more on lawmakers' perspective after the Attorney General's response, we have that in our article on our website, coasttvnews.com. Happening today in Lewes, the city's Bike and Pedestrian Committee will talk about safety concerns at the trail along New Road.
And Coast TV News reporter Lisa Weber now live in Lewes. And Elisa, a letter was sent to the committee regarding a trail that's not all the way complete.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Yes, we are in Lewes right now, which is known for being a big bicycle community, and you'll often see people running and walking around here as well. And right now we are on the trail. I know it's dark outside, but we are on the trail right by Park Road and Forest Castle Lane. And a portion of this trail actually stops right here by the development that's across the street. And a letter was sent to the Bicycle and Pedestrian Committee about this sidewalk because a few yards of sidewalk and trail are missing. And the letter indicates this causes cyclists and pedestrians to go onto New Road. There was also mention about the need for a crosswalk from Forest Castle Road to New Road at the intersection. New Road is busy as it leads into the center of Lewes, and the letter also explains it will probably only get busier with the work on Route 1. And these concerns are set to be further discussed this evening at the meeting at 5:30. Back to you.
Lisa Weber live in Georgetown. We go from there to, or she's in Lewes, I should say, and we go from there to Ocean City. The local government in that town is attempting to craft ordinances on short-term rentals.
This applies to R1 neighborhoods, and those are neighborhoods that are normally for detached single-family homes on individual lots, as well as MH neighborhoods, which are manufactured homes.
Mayor Rick Meehan and the council, they've completed a survey to prioritize a number of different options to further regulate short-term rentals. A moratorium on the issuance of new short-term rental licenses in R1 and MH neighborhoods is in place through the end of the year.
The Worcester County Fire Marshal's office say one person was airlifted to a Baltimore area hospital after a residential fire in West Ocean City Monday afternoon. Fire crews from Ocean City, Berlin, and Ocean Pines responded around 4:30 p.m. to a home on Old Bridge Road where they say they found smoke coming from a single-family home. Investigators say the fire was caused by careless smoking in bed.
Now an update to a story that we brought to you on Monday. Milford City Council denied the Carlisle development. That's the 39-unit townhouse plan that was shot down in a 6-2 vote. Members of the council said lack of space on roadways and nearby wetlands were just a few of the reasons for the decision. The now denied project's goal was to transform this 4.5-acre lot to townhomes priced at around $300,000. Now, previously in August, the Milford's Planning Commission did recommend denying the project. One neighbor that spoke against it, satisfied with the council's vote.
I feel excited for the possibilities that denying it has for the future. As I said in there, I think there is a good project in there somewhere. We're just not there yet.
On Friday, Milford Mayor Todd Collada told CoastTV he was optimistic about the project, calling the townhouses a good price point for first-time home buyers and working professionals.
State Representative Rich Collins, who represented Delaware's 41st district since 2014, announced he will not seek re-election next year. The 76-year-old said the decision allows him greater flexibility at this stage in his life, and the 41st district covers south central Sussex County. That includes Millsboro, Dagsboro, Frankfort, Selbyville, Roxana, and Gumboro.
And two candidates have filed to replace Collins to represent District 41. This includes Republican Douglas Conaway and Democrat Ryan Stuckey. Next year's election is on November 3rd.
We're now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. A federal judge has thrown out criminal indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James.
Yeah, this just in. The judge ruled that President Trump's hand-picked prosecutor on the cases had been unlawfully appointed.
A White House spokesperson promising now this will not be the final word on the matter. NBC's Alice Barr shows us what could happen next.
This morning, the Department of Justice is vowing to appeal a federal judge's ruling, throwing out the criminal charges against two of President Trump's political adversaries, former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James.
We'll be taking all available legal action, including an immediate appeal, to hold Letitia James and James Comey accountable.
The judge found that Lindsay Halligan, President Trump's hand-picked interim U.S. attorney in Virginia, was not lawfully appointed because of laws limiting how long top prosecutors can serve without Senate confirmation. Halligan, a former personal attorney to President Trump with no prior experience as a prosecutor, was the only lawyer to sign the Comey and James indictments, so the judge ruled both should be dismissed. Others in the office and Halligan's ousted predecessor found there was not enough evidence to indict. Indictments that came after President Trump pressured Attorney General Pam Bondi on social media to charge Comey and other political opponents.
Comey's a crooked guy. He has been for years.
Comey pleaded not guilty to charges related to lying to Congress and obstructing a congressional investigation. He maintains the charges were political.
The message has to be sent that the President of the United States cannot use the Department of Justice to target his political enemies.
James, who previously brought civil fraud charges against President Trump, pleaded not guilty to misleading her bank to get a better mortgage rate. In a statement, she said she remains fearless in the face of what she called baseless charges. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Happening today back here at home, 3 public hearings in Seaford where major loan proposals are under review. all tied to the water and sewer upgrades. According to the agenda for the mayor and council meeting, leaders are expected to review an over $2 million loan to relocate sewer mains in the Martin Farms neighborhood. A second proposal is at $1.25 million loan to relocate water mains in the same area, and a third loan, a proposal for $2.7 million to build 2 new production wells and a treatment station on Nylon Boulevard.
If you take the DART bus regularly, listen up, as you might need a new plan for this week's holiday. The Delaware Transit Corporation says there is no DART service on Thanksgiving Day. That's Thursday the 27th. Regular DART service will resume Friday the 28th.
And we're just getting started here on this hour of CoastTV News Today.
Coming up, travel times. We check in at the Bay Bridge as the holiday commute is ramping up today.
Also, Dorchester discounts. How much of a tax break are Cambridge officials seeking from the county government, and why?
Still ahead, turning tragedy into hope. How one mother was using the loss of her son to spread awareness for mental health research and support the arts. And First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono is in the Weather Center. He's tracking a cloud buildup during the day, and we check in with him next.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva, as we take a live look in through Dover. Temperature there of 44 degrees, and we see temperatures across the area at 43, Milton 40, Georgetown 37 in Salisbury, and we're at 50 in Bethany Beaches. Temperatures are going to continue to rise with southerly winds. Shower activity still well off to our west, and we're going to continue to track this as this area of low pressure pushes off to our west. Well, if you're making your way out of town, we're doing pretty good as far as our regional airports, Dulles, Reagan, BWI, and Philadelphia International. No delays. Could see some minor delays as we go into the evening and overnight with some shower activity. But wet roads tonight and definitely by tomorrow morning. But the good news is we dry it out Wednesday night in through Thanksgiving. But it turns much colder. I'll have details on how cold it gets here in minutes.
It's been more than a decade since Allison Rosen lost her son Michael, but his passion for the arts, that's continuing to inspire others. This week, Elisa Weber shows us how through the foundation, Allison is using this to help inspire young artists and to talk about mental health as well.
Yeah, he shined. He shined in everything he did creatively.
From a young age, Allison Rosen says her son had a passion for theater and creating.
At a very early age, he had an idea for a play, and as a family of support, we said okay, and he wrote it, directed, starred in it, and he heard the music in it, and so we produced his play when he was age 5 for his birthday party. It's called The Dragon, and he played the dragon. Yeah, so he did theater in school, and he did playwriting in school, and he had great dreams and visions about his craft and what he wanted to do.
Allison says her son Michael would light up when he was creating, and he encouraged others to get involved in the arts and achieve their dreams.
He was writing stand-up in New York City. He was 18 years old, and he was already like, I'm going out there, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do my show. Like, okay, you know, New York City, really? Okay, okay.
Despite his drive to create, Michael struggled with depression and anxiety, and it was not until the final year of his life that he was diagnosed with being bipolar.
Michael loved life, and he wanted to live. And people thought that perhaps it was suicide, and there's such stigma around mental health, mental illness, and he did not die from suicide. He died from a side effect of medication he was taking, and it's called neuroleptic malignant syndrome. And it's a rare disease, and it should have been caught, but it was missed while he was in the hospital in care.
Ever since losing Michael in 2013, at the age of 21, Allison had made it her mission to raise awareness for mental health and research, which is why in 2015, the nonprofit, the MVRP Foundation, was created in honor of Michael.
There was no one to turn to. We tried a lot of resources, turned down a lot. We need so many more resources for mental health. There's not enough funds, there's not enough doctors, there's not enough information, and there's stigma, as I said.
The MVRP Foundation also inspires and celebrates young adult artists by providing grants, scholarships, and recognition to dedicated individuals and art organizations.
We said we have to find a way to share some of his love and passion and art with others. And that's how it started, and it quickly turned into a nonprofit foundation where we realized there was a bigger picture. I became brave enough to talk more about mental health advocacy, and knowing that if we shared our story, maybe we could help other families to know about how to talk about it and what to do. Because we were so clueless and so devastated.
The arts brought Michael immense joy, and Allison hopes to share that same feeling with others.
So sometimes we're giving to a young artist who doesn't recognize themselves as being special, and then they get our MVRP Rising Star Award. And they're always like, I didn't know you saw me. I didn't know I was special.
The MVRP Foundation has supported organizations in both Delaware and New York where Michael was raised. Past donations include grants to the National Alliance on Mental Illness and student scholarships to the People's Improv Theater, Edward R. Murrow High School, and the Board of Manhattan Community College, raising awareness and inspiring a new generation of artists. For the ties that bind us, I'm Elisa Weber.
Time is 5:20, and you're getting a live look at Delaware's capital city of Dover. And Chris, you are looking at some of the showers that we might hit us later today.
Yeah, we're tracking some unsettled weather rolling in tonight through Wednesday, and also quite mild as well. We're going to be surging into the 60s and near 70 over the next 24 to 36 hours. We're dry right now, pretty calm out there, 53 degrees in Ocean City, and we're going to be up to about 55 by around 9 this morning. In fact, we hit our lows just after midnight. Temperatures are beginning to rise. Now we're at 40 in Georgetown, 41 in Bridgeville, and 37 in Ocean Pines. Winds relatively calm, but you can see the flow out of the south. Small craft advisory up for the Delaware coast. That runs through 6 o'clock Thursday. And then for the Chesapeake Bay and then further to the south, Ocean City, Chickatinny, that runs through 6 a.m. on Wednesday. Most of the shower activity is still well off to the west. This moisture you see across just south of Washington, not reaching the ground, but this moisture is going to continue pushing to the northeast, and eventually we'll see a few of those showers make their way into our area by tonight. And then there's the cold front still off to the north. That's going to be swinging through tomorrow night, bringing in that colder air. You see rain chances ramp up tonight through Wednesday. We dry things out through the holiday before another round of rain arrives at the end of the weekend. Mostly cloudy skies through the day today, milder 64 with the showers developing after about 5 o'clock. Generally light rain is expected, so a damp evening. In fact, temperatures are going to be quite mild. We're going to be actually milder tonight than we should be for daytime highs. So this time tomorrow, expect periods of rain, some moderate to heavy rainfall briefly, even a rumble of thunder possible. So tomorrow morning will be likely a wet but mild commute, and then we surge to near 70 ahead of the cold front that's going to be pushing through late tomorrow through Thursday morning. So rainfall totals on average about 30/10 to as much as a half an inch. Not all that heavy rain expected. So we're not talking about any flooding concerns or severe weather. So there's the cold front pushing through in through Thanksgiving. That cold, drier air gets ushered in. We go from 70 on Wednesday down to 47 on Thanksgiving, and it's going to be a rather blustery day. We expect temperatures to only be in the mid to upper 40s, but those winds are going to be gusting upwards of 30 miles an hour as that cold, drier air sinks into the east, and we stay dry through the start of the weekend before that next round of shower activity rolls in late on Sunday. 43 for Black Friday, mostly sunny skies. If you're heading out and doing any shopping, bundle up. It's going to feel more like the 20s with wind gusts 35 to 40 miles an hour, and we stay dry through the start of the weekend with the next chance of showers in through Sunday night. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. Potential extra tax relief for people in Cambridge. The city is asking Dorchester County to increase the tax differential. That is essentially a discount on county property tax, since those people already paid for their own services in the city. We're talking police and street repairs, and that differential is currently at around 7%. City officials say they hope the county can increase that to anywhere between 9 and 16%.
I'm certain every resident would like to see that happen because, you know, we're in a time where every penny, every dollar, every thousands of dollars, in some cases, it helps, especially with the rise in costs and utility costs, food costs. So it certainly will benefit the residents of Cambridge.
And Dorchester County Council President Lenny Pfeffer told us he did not want to comment just yet because he wants the entire council to look over the city's proposal first.
And more to come on Coast TV News today. Travel times when experts say the ideal times to head out on the road will be. We'll be right back after the break. The Chincoteague Police Department now warning of a new scam targeting local businesses and people. The department says the caller claims that Clydesdale horses are coming to the island. Those are famous for ponies, and they're asking for money to support that arrival. But the department says there's no confirmation that the horses will come. There's also no official fundraiser for this, and they're asking that you please notify the department if you've been scammed.
Now taking a live look at the Bay Bridge. That's a connection over the Chesapeake Bay. Got some traffic there at this 5 o'clock hour, and we expect traffic to increase as we continue on into the week. If you're heading over for Thanksgiving, the Maryland Transportation Authority wants you to plan ahead, and they say two-way traffic operations may help ease delays, but it depends on the weather and also the westbound traffic. Today, they advise drivers to head out before 1 p.m. or after 8. Tomorrow, it's before 9 a.m. or after 7. And as for the big day, Thanksgiving Day, anytime before 10 a.m. or after 3.
If you're having a rough week, feel free to cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and so much more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign up to get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
Hope this Tuesday morning is treating you well, Delmarva, as we take a live look in through Ocean City. Pretty uneventful start as far as our weather is concerned. 53 degrees right now in Ocean City, so we'll start off mostly cloudy, increasing clouds throughout the afternoon. We're dry through about noon, and then showers will be developing, I think, after about 5, 6 o'clock from a west to east fashion. We're up to 59 by around noon in both Rehoboth and Lewes under mostly cloudy skies. Cambridge and Crisfield, you guys will see the showers before everyone else as those showers pass over the bay after about 5 o'clock, but a milder day into the lower 60s. We have John Truitt, Milton, Delaware. Congratulations on winning an umbrella, and you can get your latest forecast by calling our First Alert Weather phone. Well, we're going to go from the 70s to the 40s over the next 2 days. We'll talk more about that coming up in the next half hour.
And after the break on Coast TV News today, creating rental rules. We'll tell you what parameters Ocean City leaders are considering.
Also, trail concerns considered. Why some people in Lewes say work is needed for the path along New Road.
And wind debate deepens. We'll tell you why some Maryland Senate Republicans are raising questions for the Attorney General and how he's responding. Coast TV News today returns after the break.
Now on Coast TV News.
Short stays scrutinized, where Ocean City officials are targeting in their latest effort to regulate short-term rentals.
Defending the wind. What Maryland's Attorney General is saying after being questioned over his interjection into the controversial wind farm project off of our coast.
New road risk, why some people in Lewes are expressing concern over the city's bike and walking path.
It's a chilly, dry start to our Tuesday, tracking showers developing later this afternoon and a surge of warmer air ahead of a strong cold front that will bring a taste of winter in time for Thanksgiving.
This is Coast TV News Today.
November 25th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Matt. Thank you for being up with us today.
5:32 a.m. And Grace, I'm thinking perhaps a case of senioritis at school.
Potentially.
If it's your last day of work until the holiday.
I think a lot of people are in good spirits.
Yeah.
Everyone's excited to see family, friends, a lot of pumpkin pie and mashed potatoes, that good stuff.
That's good stuff.
And I think it's a valid cause.
Yeah.
I think it's
Okay,
a valid
well,
cause.
we'll keep track of that throughout the day. Also tracking the weather conditions, especially if you're about to hit the roads for the holiday. Let's turn over to First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono with your forecast. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Yeah, doing pretty good this morning as far as the weather is concerned. No high impactful weather moving through the area. We're pretty dry and a chilly start for some of us. We're at 44 in Dover, 37 in Redden, 43 Laurel, 38 Delmar, and we are at 50 in Bethany Beach. So temperatures are slowly rising. We hit our lows, in fact, just a few hours ago. You can see the southerly wind flow, and we're going to get some mild temperatures in here today. In fact, over the next 2 days ahead of this cold front, showers still back off across portions of Ohio, Tennessee, and portions of Indiana. Area of low pressure centered over Memphis. That's going to continue lifting to the northeast. So we have the showers, but those aren't going to be arriving until after about 4 or 5 o'clock today. Generally be light, and then we'll have on and off showers overnight in through Wednesday morning as temperatures surge to the 60s to near 70 by Wednesday, and then we turn quite blustery as that blast of cold air arrives that we've been talking about for the past few days. So temperatures today getting up into the lower 60s despite the cloudy skies. Winds out of the south gusting to near 20 to 25 miles an hour. I'll talk about how much rain we could expect to see and how low those temperatures are going to fall into the holiday coming up. My full 7-day forecast here in a little bit.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this half hour, some Maryland Republicans demanding answers from the state's attorney general over why his office jumped into the legal fight over the proposed U.S. wind project off Ocean City shore. GOP lawmakers, including Senator Mary Beth Carrazza, sent a letter questioning why public money is being used to defend what they call a foreign-owned wind developer. Anthony Brown responded, saying the project will bring in billions in economic benefits and thousands of projected jobs. He also says the state paid no filing fees. And happening today in Lewes, the city's Bike and Pedestrian Committee will talk about safety concerns at the trail along New Road.
That's where we have our Elisa Weber. The city's received some concerns over a part where the trail ends. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. We are here in Lewes this morning, and this is an area that is known for being very bike friendly. You'll also see a lot of people walking and running throughout Lewes any time of year. And right now, we're on a path that is right by Park Road and Forest Castle Lane. There is a development right across the street here, and there was a letter written into the city about a concern over this walkway because a part of this sidewalk actually ends right here where it parallels New Road. And in that letter, concerns were mentioned about the sidewalk ending, and there were also indication that this causes cyclists and pedestrians to go onto New Road. There was also mention about the need for a crosswalk to Forest Castle Road at the New Road intersection. New Road is busy as it leads into the center of Lewes, and the letter also explains it will likely only get busier with the work on Route 1. Here's what one neighbor who lives next to the trail and New Road has to say.
They come over the little bridge across the creek, and they hit the accelerator because there's really nothing to slow them down. The road is straight until they get into the town as such. There's a sign there that has a radar beam on it for you to slow down, but people don't pay attention to it.
And this concern will be discussed at this evening's Bicycle and Pedestrian Committee meeting at 5:30. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa Weber. She was in Lewes, and we're moving now to Ocean City. That's where the local government is attempting to craft ordinances on short-term rentals.
This applies to R1 neighborhoods, and those are neighborhoods that are normally for detached single-family homes on individual lots, and MH neighborhoods, which are manufactured homes.
Mayor Rick Meehan and the council, they've completed a survey to prioritize a number of different options to further regulate short-term rentals. A moratorium on the issuance of new short-term rental licenses in R1 and MH neighborhoods is in place through the end of the year.
We have an update to a story that we brought you on Monday. Milford City Council denied the Carlisle development. The 39-unit townhouse plan was shot down in a 6-2 vote. Members of the council said lack of space on roadways and nearby wetlands were just a few of the reasons for the decision. The now denied project goal was to transform this 4.5-acre lot to townhomes priced around $300,000. Previously in August, Milford's Planning Commission recommended denying this project.
Milford officials are announcing a date change for an upcoming road closure. According to the city, Canterbury Road, that's State Route 15. It's at the intersection with the Airport Road, will now close to all traffic starting December 1st, 2025. And they say the closure is needed for a roundabout construction. and the work is expected to last through March 6th of 2026.
State Representative Rich Collins, who has represented Delaware's 41st district since 2014, announced he will not seek re-election next year. The 76-year-old said the decision allows him greater flexibility in this stage of his life. The 41st district covers south central Sussex County. That includes Millsboro, Dagsboro, Frankfort, Selbyville, Roxana, and Gumboro.
Happening today, the Salisbury Police are helping people in need this Thanksgiving holiday. The agency will host a chicken dinner giveaway from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Police say the offer is while supplies last, and people can head to the Save a Lot parking lot on Cypress Street to participate.
This just in, today is the start of the Thanksgiving travel period. Gas Buddy says drivers should be seeing reasonable pump prices.
I've noticed that a little bit too, Grace, and Amy Kiley shows us what else might be in store for holiday travelers.
Thanksgiving travel is taking off. AAA forecasts a record-setting holiday period between today and Monday.
In 2025, we've seen 8 of the top 10 busiest days in TSA history. We'll probably get a 9th and a 10th when this weekend comes and goes.
AAA projects almost 82 million people will venture at least 50 miles from home. That would beat last year's record. The association predicts almost 90% of people will drive, about 6 million will fly, and less than half that will choose other transportation. The FAA expects today to have the most flights of this holiday period. And
Thanksgiving week and Christmas week as well typically do see higher disruption rates.
some issues are coming up already. The FAA says a problem with an air traffic control frequency caused a ground stop in Dallas yesterday. Near Seattle, a pipeline leak is limiting jet fuel supplies.
Her flight got rerouted and delayed. She has to take a stop in Alaska because of the fuel line thing. She thought it was very inconvenient. I mean, she has to be on a flight for an extra 6 hours or something.
As air travelers plan for possible disruptions, the Transportation Secretary also wants them to consider how they dress. He suggests nicer clothes could make for nicer passengers.
Let's try not to wear slippers and pajamas as we come to the airport.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
We're now taking a live look at Washington, D.C., where the federal indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney Letitia James have been dismissed. And new overnight, a judge ruling Monday that the prosecutor who brought the cases, former Trump attorney Lindsay Halligan, was not lawfully appointed. The judge found that because Halligan was the only prosecutor to represent the cases and sign the indictments should be voided. Comey was indicted on charges of making a false statement to Congress and obstructing a congressional investigation, while James was indicted on charges of bank fraud and making a false statement as to a financial institution. Both had pleaded not guilty.
And we have a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, Turkey for first responders. We'll show you the effort to support crews on the coast.
And the Indian River High School football team one win away from becoming a dynasty, and we'll fill you in on what makes this year's run even more impressive. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. Hope your morning is off to a great start as we take a live look in through Salisbury. 37 degrees there. Now we'll be dry through the morning, mostly cloudy skies, up to 47 by around 9 a.m. We're at 48 in Rehoboth, 39 Dagsboro, and 40 in Georgetown. We're tracking showers well off to our west as an area of low pressure takes shape across Memphis. So if you're heading out of town through any of the cities across the East Coast and the plains, we're doing pretty good. Now you can see we're quite mild, so we're not dealing with any frozen precipitation. So expect some minor flight delays if you're heading down towards portions of Atlanta and Alabama, Mississippi, those areas dealing with some severe weather. But you can see some minor delays across the mid-Atlantic as showers push through the area late tonight through your Wednesday. We'll talk more about how much rain we can expect to see in that big cool down coming into Thanksgiving. Full 7-day forecast here in minutes.
Thank you, Chris. And happening today, the annual Delaware Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control online auction for low-digit surf fishing license plates is back. From today at 9 a.m. until December 11th, 14 unique tags and 8 choice tags could be outbid. $250. That is the minimum bid for a low-digit surf tag, and the highest choice tag bidder per range chooses a number. DNREC reminds those that surf fishing plates don't grant access, but permits are still needed.
The Milford School District says they are taking steps to make their schools safer by bringing in 2 portable screening units. School district officials say the purchase was approved by the Board of Education and made possible through funding by a school safety grant. Staff will turn on these units, which will be on hand during winter and spring sports. The district says a more advanced notice will be sent throughout the community.
After over 30 years, the town of Berlin has announced that Chief of Police Arnold Downing will be retiring. Downing joined the Berlin Police Department in the summer of 1991, and just over a decade later, he became Chief of Police in 2002. According to the town, after his promotion in 2002, Downing became the first African-American Chief of Police in the department's history.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
In Dagsboro, it's been an unreal 2-year run for Indian River football. After winning a state championship last year in 1A, the Indians are a victory away from running it back in District 2A. They took down Lake Forest for the second time in 3 weeks to punch their ticket, to make it possible. And that's a really good Lake Forest team. They had the duel once again over the weekend. The first game was a back and forth battle decided in the final seconds of the fourth quarter. Same one this time around, an offensive battle, 21 combined points. Coach Phil Townsend feels the bump in competition has only improved his team.
I mean, really, this comes down to the kids. Hard work, dedication since August 4th. Coming into this season, moving up from 1A to 2A, a lot of people in the community, a lot of other teams, other coaches, they were thinking 5-5, 6-4 type of team, maybe 7-3. And we kind of got the ball rolling early on in the season. And then we got the district play, and, we kind of hit a stride, winning games. And, once we won the district title and made the playoffs, that's kind of 3 goals that we have: win the district, make the playoffs, and make the state championship. You're giving yourself an opportunity for the end goal of the trophy.
Gotta wait till Saturday to see if Indian River can win that trophy.
And coming up tonight on DSN, we have live men's NCAA basketball at 7 when Maryland Eastern Shore hosts Hampton, and then you can catch the final score at 10:30. And for DSN Plus exclusives, you get that UMES basketball game, and at 5, you also get to watch the Bayside All-Star soccer game.
And coming up in the NFL, very exciting. You can watch Thanksgiving Day football right here on CoastTV. The Baltimore Ravens will host the Cincinnati Bengals during the holiday. You can watch that game right here at 7 p.m. The holiday season is here as well, and so is the return of our holiday house. This is where people can submit photos or videos of their holiday decorations, and we'll show them right here during our newscast. To start sending in your photos, you can head to our website, coasttv.com/holidayhouse.
Well, the good news is milder temperatures are going to be with us today. The bad news is we're tracking a round of showers, generally light rain late today and through the overnight. And then we're going to surge to near 70 degrees by Wednesday ahead of a strong cold front. That's going to bring quite a temperature plunge in through Thanksgiving. We'll talk about it when Coast TV News Today continues.
The time is now 5:50 as we're taking a live look out into Ocean City. And Chris, it's a little dark right now, but the sun will come up in the next hour or so. And you're tracking some storms or some showers later in the day. What's that about?
Yeah, we have some showers rolling in, a little pesky showers later on this afternoon through the evening, and that's going to really persist through Wednesday morning. But it's going to be quite mild here over the next 24 to 36 hours, as you'll see coming up. 37 right now in Salisbury, but we're at 42 in Milton, 40 Bridgeville. We're holding at 50 in Bethany Beach with that wind coming off the ocean. You can see more of a southerly wind flow out there. Winds are relatively calm, but we do have small craft advisories up for the Delaware coast. Those run through 6 o'clock Thursday for the Chesapeake Bay down through Crisfield and Smith Island, as well as on the Atlantic side. Those run up through 6 a.m. on Wednesday. So we're dry for now, tracking those showers still across portions of West Virginia and Ohio and portions of Indiana. All this is pushing to the northeast, but eventually these showers will get into our area of low pressure across Memphis, producing some severe weather at this hour down through portions of Mississippi and Alabama. There's the cold front well off to the north. That's going to be swinging through tomorrow night. Rain chances ramp up Tuesday tonight through your Wednesday, and then we dry out, but we turn much colder in through Thanksgiving. Highs today, lower 60s. We're staying dry at least through the lunchtime hour. I think the showers arrive after about 5, 6 o'clock. They're generally going to be light, so we'll have some wet roads out there through the evening. Then on and off showers through the evening, and overnight we could see a brief period of some moderate to heavier rain through this time tomorrow morning. So expect a rainy morning commute tomorrow, but look at temperatures. They're going to be in the 60s, so it's going to be quite mild. And then we surge to near 70 ahead of the cold front that pushes through Wednesday night. And you see where we're at by Thanksgiving morning. We are in the mid to upper 30s. Now, rainfall totals on the average of about 1/4 of an inch to as much as 1/2 inch of rain by Wednesday afternoon. There's the cold front swinging through. Cold, drier air moves in. We go from 70 on Wednesday down to 47 for Thanksgiving. Keep in mind the average high is 56 degrees. So for our Thanksgiving, expecting a dry day with sunshine, but a blustery one at that. 47 degrees with those wind gusts as high as 30 miles an hour as that winter-like chill grips the eastern half of the country as we round out the month of November. And then we'll see another chance of rain coming in here Sunday night. But a cold, dry Black Friday, mostly sunny. 43 feeling like the 20s. 42 Saturday. We're dry. Clouds on the increase Sunday ahead of our next system that will bring a round of rain Sunday night through Monday as we see seasonable temperatures return through the second half of the weekend into early next week.
Thank you, Chris. And a group of local sponsors and volunteers delivered 400 turkeys across the peninsula Monday to first responders. The group gave out turkeys and goodie bags to police and fire department in Ocean City, Berlin, Ocean Pines, Fenwick Island, Bethany, and Dewey. Organizers say the effort started 4 years ago with 250 birds and has now grown every year as more towns and departments join the list.
This year's Bless Our Children campaign is in full swing, and thanks to your generosity, we have already raised almost $142,000 to help buy Christmas gifts for children on Delmarva who otherwise might go without. Businesses can help by accepting the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000. And if you want to help, send a donation and a holiday card, and we may just read it on the air. Send a check or money order to the address we're going to show you on your screen. Or you can donate online at blessourchildren.org.
The time is now 5:54 a.m. and it's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Today's coastal pet, Grace, is royalty. On your screen, that is King, and His Majesty loves the water, hunting, and fishing. King was submitted to us by Lena in Ocean City.
Well, King is very handsome, and we would like to see more of your pets on Delmarva. You can send us photos, tell us what makes them so special, like if they're royalty. You can take a look at your screen now.
Yeah, that's where our QR code is at the top. You can scan that to get your friends to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It's a chilly, dry start, mostly cloudy skies. We're up into the lower to mid-60s ahead of showers that arrive late this afternoon through the evening, and those will continue on and off through the overnight in through Wednesday morning. A wet commute, 70 degrees ahead of the cold front. Then we fall to 47 for Thanksgiving. It turns quite blustery Thanksgiving through Black Friday with wind chills by Black Friday in the 20s. And look at those morning lows, Matt, by Friday and Saturday morning, 20s. And then we're looking pretty cold to start. But it's a brief shot of cold air because temperatures begin to moderate by the
You
second.
got a couple ones in the 20s there. I did notice that. All right, thanks, Chris. And coming up in our next hour, political winds. Why Maryland's Attorney General says he is siding with an alternative energy company over the wind farm project, and the response from local officials. That and more when we continue with Coast TV News Today.